time we left off, it was I was talking about my next sim, Janae Grimm, and I was going to share the little goofy story I have of hers. So right now I'm still playing her. Maybe I'll show some gameplay. Most of the like chaotic gameplay, I guess for now, is done. So I started her off with this idea that she was gonna be like 2000 kind of like goth alternative, like emo, like the best that I could do. Because if you've ever played The Sims, you know that for some reason there's not a lot of options when it comes to like goth clothing, alternative clothing, emo clothing. Like there's not a whole lot. It's mostly just like preppy stuff, which is not bad, except for when you're trying to create a character and you don't want to use CC. I personally don't like using custom content because of I like the original feel, and the look of games, I don't like to change them too much from what they originally are like. My only exception for that is when I make characters from TV shows, because I want them to look as accurate to the show as possible, so it doesn't feel like I'm playing a watered down version of them. It feels like I'm playing them. For example, My Hero Academia. But I tried my best with it. So I sometimes like I don't know what to name them, so I do the randomizer, and the name Janae came up. I thought it was really good, and then Grimm came up, and I was like, oh yes, like that. I like that a lot. So I was thinking of different chaotic things that I could do because of my old game, but like I just couldn't think of anything that would outdo what I had done before. Except I know a lot of people like to break up Bella and Mortimer Goth for some reason, but they always get Bella, and I was like, I don't know, to have a kid with Mortimer. Okay, so she homewrecked. She met him. It was at the romance festival, and they kind of hit it off. He was a little awkward at first, but then eventually he gave in. And I think I know that song. Wait a minute. Is that one? I'm just gonna add to my playlist and listen to it later, and then hope it's the song that I'm thinking of. And I'll know if I vibe with it or if I don't understand what it is. I think it is. Before I forget, because I could do it later and I will forget. I can't remember what song I'm downloading right now. Anyways, so Bella Goth was also there. She walks up and she starts freaking out on him because they're flirting, and I thought it was funny, so I just left it as it is. I went back. I kept calling him. He kept saying he's at work. So after that, finally I get him to come over, and they flirt enough that they could date. And then he moves in, and I have him call up his wife, call her over, and then he immediately divorces her. So they move out. I didn't take all of his money because I wanted to get the money on my own, so the gameplay was still pretty fun. Now they have 2 kids together, Tomara, Grimm, and the girl, I'm thinking about changing her name, but I don't know yet. So we have 2 kids now. I'm trying to make like the house as like 2000s as possible. So she went to university and she got a really high paying job. I think she gets paid almost like $1,000 an hour. Winter God, he quit his writing career to take care of his kids, but then I spent too much on furniture while the maid was there, and she still took all my money, and then I also had bills to pay. So I was like, you're gonna go get a part-time job in retail. So that's what he ended up doing. Now he is at the top of his career in being customer service. So I guess that's good. I guess he's happy. He's so loyal trait now. He's like super loyal to his job, you know. He is still a writer, but like a freelance writer, and he writes a lot of books about his divorce. Like right now he's writing a book called My Wife, My Kids, My Mistress, My Wife. If you don't understand what that means, he had his wife, then he had his kids, then he cheated on her with my sim, and now that's his wife, and the circle continues because now they have kids together. Bella Goth was not happy about any of it, and she even like, oh wait, I forgot what songs I'm downloading. Hold on. Do I have Bad Romance yet? I do have Bad Romance. So she calls him up and she's like, hey, being with your reputation, I think you should go into the criminal career. Which I was really tempted to do it, but then I was like, no, because sometimes the Sims will treat you like poop, and I didn't want that to happen. I'm still kind of figuring out what I want her two kids to be like. Tomura is obviously named after Shigaraki because I felt like it was so fitting. I don't know that song. Do I know the song? Oh, definitely this one. I'm kind of just gonna let them do whatever. Definitely excited for them to do things like prom in high school and have friends and stuff like that. Because like that's pretty exciting. I didn't get to do a lot of much gameplay. I got Growing Together, and I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty excited about it because they introduced infants instead of just toddlers now, like babies and then toddlers. But it's not really that groundbreaking. Like, to me personally, I didn't think there was like a whole ton of gameplay. Like, there's so many parent packs. Like, there's Parenthood, Growing Together, kid stuff, and there's like one more, I think. But they just don't seem I don't know, they just seem very like spaced out. Like, there are not a lot of things to do in it, so I didn't really think it was that great. I thought it was more tedious than anything, especially because there's a couple bugs and glitches in it. Like, for some reason Mortimer kept taking the baby, like the baby was crying for food and a diaper change, and he just kept picking her up and putting her on the ground. And then she got tired, so she wanted to go to sleep, and he picked her up and put her on the ground. And I'm like, okay, we'll pick her up and put her in the crib. So he picks her up, he puts her in the crib, and then he picks her up and puts her down. And I'm like, oh my god, just let her go. Like, just let her sleep. So it took a while before she finally just fell asleep. But he just would not stop picking her up. It took me like exiting the game and going back in for him to stop. And I hate doing that because the game takes forever to load up. Like, first you have to load up the game, then you have to load up the save, and then you gotta give it a minute for everything to load around you so the gameplay isn't glitchy. And it's like, it's a lot to worry about when playing a game, and I don't want to do that because just some like little like glitch, you know. Ooh, did we do Poker Face yet? I don't think we did Poker Face. That's about the premise of Janae, Grimm, and Mortimer Goth. I have a couple build videos that I want to add like layered sounds to get to watch. I think I did, it was like Whimsicott bedroom from the 90s that I try to do my best on. For the university game pack, there's this nice, beautiful bed. Was it university or high school years? I forgot. Anyways, it was one of the two. It's something about school. There's a bed with the, what's it called, like aesthetic, but it's purple. And I've always seen that aesthetic with like the dark navy blue. So I had to go with purple so it doesn't look totally accurate. But I did try my absolute best, and I think that regardless, it came out really, really cute. So I'll have to edit that and then post it a little bit on later on. But if you enjoyed this video, thank you for watching.